Okay, guys. So next one is how do we progress and regress with position of load. Very simple example is let's say someone wants to wants to do a back squat with bar on their back, and they are unable to maintain position. If they're going down, they are falling forward. They're unable to keep their chest up, which is a very common problem. Or maybe they don't have strong quads, their thigh muscles to handle heavier weights. So they would rather, kind of, it's a you're actually manipulating the position of the load so that you work those areas where you are lagging. The regression is sort of doing that, but in this case, we move to a more technically advanced movement. It's a regression in the way that it will help you grow your movement, but the movement, which is the front squat, is in and of itself is an advanced movement. So I have actually mentioned this as a progress, but it is a regression. So it's a regression to the back squat, because now if you have the load on your shoulders, you can keep more upright, you can learn to keep your chest up, and you can build more quads, your thighs. Otherwise, with the back squat, usually you are working more of the posterior, because you're sitting back, you're coming up, while with the front squat, you're really going down. Here, in the back squat, it's more of a sitting back. This is also a sitting back, but it has more emphasis of being upright and using your thighs to come up. So this is very simple example of manipulating a load. Second would be if I'm unable to keep either of the positions. Maybe my shoulders are too locked. Maybe I'm hurt. How do I build my legs that way? So you use a belt squat. Belt squat is a apparatus. It's a machine. If people don't have it, they usually use two platforms to stand, with obviously a gap in between, and they load the weight with a weight belt, which somewhat looks somewhat looks like this. You hang the weight with the chain. You hang it on your hips, and then the weight hangs freely ahead of you, and you can squat. So that way your upper body is free, and you can load your legs. So that is very easy example. Third one is dips. When you're doing dips, so dips is usually done on a parallel bar. So this is the bar. These are the dip bars, and if someone is doing dips here, it's a very common problem that they usually get shoulder impingement here, because the shoulders get in a very weird position in the downward position of the dip. Even if you're going just 90 degree arm angle, upper arm angle, it bothers the shoulders, especially if you have weight hanging here. If you have weight, you're doing weighted pull-ups, it usually bothers the shoulders. It does bother mine. So how do we manipulate the load? Instead of loading on the waist, we load it on the neck, or to emphasize more of the upper body. So instead of loading here, we add bands here, band loops, or we use chain on neck. So that way, if now someone dipping, the weight is forcing them to go down. So that way, they are maintaining proper position. This weight, if it's hanging here, is bringing them down. Even if they want to go forward, it's bringing them down from the lower body. This one is bringing them down from the upper body. So they are easily able to go forward, and it really emphasizes the chest and the triceps. So this banded dip especially has helped a lot, helped me a lot to build my pushing strength. So this is one more example. So that way you are manipulating the position of the load. Okay, you're instead of putting the load on the waist, you're putting it on your neck. Instead of putting the barbell on your back, you're putting it on your front, on the shoulders. So that way you're manipulating. You are changing the position of the load to emphasize and get better and progress or regress.